Welcome to A Year in the Bible with Daily Grace. The Bible tells one big story of redemption, and we want to spend 5 minutes every day journeying through the Bible from start to finish and exploring how all of it points to Jesus.
Hey everyone, welcome back to A Year in the Bible with Daily Grace. My name is Aubrey Coleman, one of the hosts for the podcast, and today we're looking at the book of Ezekiel, chapters 41 through 44. The description of Ezekiel's vision of the temple continues. Ezekiel saw visions of a new temple which the glory of God filled. Ezekiel is instructed to show Israel the temple's patterns and design in the exact way it is shown to him. He must draw and write it down as they watch, including every single measurement. Then Ezekiel described the ordinances in detail, including the measurements of the altar and the ordinance of the altar. He lists the expectations for priests and temple duties. God warns against rebellion by using the example of uncircumcised foreigners as ministers in the sanctuary. The Levites, the priestly tribe, had been rebellious before the destruction of Jerusalem, where God banned them from being priests in the new temple. Instead, they were given other temple duties, but still were forbidden to enter into God's presence. The Zadok priests are instituted as the only ones to take the title of priests because their ancestor Zadok was faithful. They were appointed priests in the sanctuary of the new temple. Ezekiel details the law for the priest, what garments should be worn, what should be taught as clean and unclean, things concerning wine, marriage, controversies, festivals, and Sabbaths. Zadok priests had no inheritance in Israel because God is their portion and possession. However, they would inherit the right to all offerings as food for themselves. Even with all the instruction and detail, the Israelites would fail to build the new temple in the exact way God wanted them to. The temple and the sacrifices would still fall short of complete forgiveness of sins. But the temple Ezekiel prophesied about was not to be the final dwelling place of God. The Messiah himself would come and make a sacrifice to end all sacrifices, and he would become our high priest in heaven, seated at the right hand of God, not in a temple on earth. He would bring God's presence near like no temple or priest ever could, and he would not only do it temporarily, but now and forevermore. Thanks so much for joining us today. Be sure to follow along with our Instagram pages at Daily Grace Podcast and at The Daily Grace Co. And check out our website, www.thedailygraceco.com, for all kinds of resources to help you dive deeper into God's Word. On the website, you can find our Story of Redemption study to accompany this podcast, as well as Story of Redemption journals that have dedicated journaling space for every chapter of the Bible. You can always find resources to accompany the podcast at dailygracepodcast.com. And if you enjoyed today's episode and are excited to join us again tomorrow, we would love for you to take a moment to leave us a rating or review on iTunes just to help more people find out about our show. Thank you again so much for listening, and we look forward to chatting with you tomorrow.